Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to ARD Current Affairs series. So today in this video we will be covering the ARD Current Affair of June 2023. Okay, so today we will be completing all the important ARD Current Affair of June 2023. But before starting my video, I have a announcement that we have launched a comprehensive NABARD guidebook for you, which is your one-step solution to all your queries regarding NABARD and NABARD examination. Not only that, it will provide you the decoded syllabus as well as previous year questions. And on the top of that, it will also provide you the strategy and resources to crack your NABARD grade A examination. And all that too for free. Yes, you can avail this guidebook for free, and for that you have to go to the description box, click on the link, register yourself and avail this guidebook for yourself. Okay, so now with that informative announcement, let's start our today's video with the very first question, that is, recently the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has permitted the extension of import of which of the following agricultural commodity from Bhutan without any licensing requirement till June 2024. Your options are tomato, potato, onion, ginger, garlic. Okay, and the right answer for this question is potato. So basically potato is that agriculture commodity. Now let us discuss this news in detail. So recently your Ministry of Commerce and Industry, they have extended this licensing process, licensing documentation of for Bhutan, okay, for the import of potato. So basically we are importing the potato from Bhutan, and there were some changes in the documentation, and the extension was till 2000. Earlier the extension was only till 2023, okay, June 2023. Now this extension has been increased. Now this without licensing we can import the potatoes from Bhutan till June 2024. Now this process has been extended for import of potato. So why this ministry has done so? Because the aim is to maintain the steady supply of potato while fostering bilateral relation between two countries. So to maintain the steady supply of potato from Bhutan, that is why the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, they have taken this step. Clear? Now I hope this news is clear to you. From here you have to remember that which ministry has permitted this, okay, and for which agriculture commodity. You have to remember the name of country, that is Bhutan, okay, and the extension is till June 2024. So all these things are important from here. This you should remember, okay. Then moving on to the next question. Recently, to commemorate the accomplishment of India's fisheries sector, the Department of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying has arranged the Summer Meet 2023 and Startup Conclave in which of the following place? Your options are Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Kerala, Mysore, Kochi, and right answer for this question is Tamil Nadu. Okay, so what was this news? Let us discuss in detail. So the news was that we have celebrated National Farmers Fish Day. Okay, so when this National Farmers Fish Day is celebrated? On July 10th. ठीक है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, यू मस्ट नो कि कब सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है नेशनल फिश फार्मर्स डे, सॉरी, ऑन 10th July. Okay, so why we have celebrated, why government is celebrating this? So basically to to celebrate the accomplishment of fishery sector of our country. That is why this day is being celebrated by your Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Okay, and they have also organized the Summer Meet 2023 and Startup Conclave just to promote the fishermen, just to promote the fish farmers as well as all the startup business and all the entrepreneurs who are doing this who are doing business in terms of fisheries, in terms of aquaculture, right? So to promote all these startups, to promote all this business, this summit and this Summer Meet and Startup Conclave was organized. Clear? Where it was organized? So it was in Mahabalipuram, Tamil Nadu. Clear? So from here you have to remember the date of National Fish Farmers Day. Clear? Then you have to remember these Summer Meet and Startup Conclave was organized by your Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, and where it was organized in Tamil Nadu. Clear? Moving on to the next question, which is recently which of the following conference will be hosted by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, and Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Department, Government of Kenya. So this is to celebrate the International Year of Millet. So the right answer for this question is India Africa International Millet Conference. So basically this conference is going to be held, and this is the part of the celebration of International Millet Year. So talking about the news, as we know that 2023 is being celebrated as International Millet Year, right? So basically in that step, this conference is going to be held, that is India Africa International Millet Conference. ठीक है, you must remember the name of conference, that is India Africa International Millet Conference, and this is being organized by Ministry of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare of India and Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock Development of Kenya. So where it will be held? It will be held in Kenya only. Okay, it will be in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. The location is Nairobi, Kenya. Clear? And this is with the help of International ICRISAT, okay, International Crop Research Institute of Semi-Arid Tropics. With the help of ICRISAT, these two ministries are, organizing this conference. Clear? Where it is in Kenya. And the main pillar of this conference are mechanization, seed system, digital agriculture, and agro processing in millets. Basically to spread the awareness regarding millets among the people, this conference is being held by Indian and African government. Clear? So this was all about this news. I hope now this is clear to you. And from here you have to remember the name of this conference. Okay, the name of the ministry, location of this conference, and what are the main pillars. Clear? They can be asked in exams. Now moving on to the next question. Recently, National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development, that is NABARD, has celebrated its 42nd Foundation Day. What was the theme of this year? So you have to tell theme of this year. Your options are given, and right answer for this question is NABARD 42 years of rural transformation. So basically this was the theme of NABARD 42nd Foundation Day. Clear? Let us discuss this in detail. So basically NABARD is your National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So NABARD की आप लोग तैयारी कर रहे हो, right? So NABARD की news is very important for you. It can be asked in exam, right? So recently they have celebrated their 42nd Foundation Day on July 12, 2023. Clear? And the theme of this year was NABARD 42 years of rural transformation. Very important. See, themes are very important. From this news, you have to remember which Foundation Day was celebrated, that is 42nd Foundation Day. Okay, when it was celebrated on July 12th, and what was the theme? Theme is very important. And for your knowledge, this NABARD was established in 1982. Okay, when was the NABARD established? In 1982. Clear? Now I hope this news is clear to you. Moving to the next, recently the Union Minister of Cooperation addresses the National Mega Conclave on Farmer Producer Organization in the cooperative sector in which of the following place. So basically FPO has been, our Union Minister has addressed the National Mega Conclave on FPO, and you have to tell the location of this conference. So basically this conclave, your options are New Delhi, Maharashtra, Nagpur, Pune, Odisha, and right answer for this question is New Delhi. Clear? So basically this National Mega Conclave on FPO was held by Ministry of Corporation. Clear? And in this conclave of FPO is basically Farmers Producer Organization. In this conclave, what happened? They released the action plan for the formation of 1,100 new FPO. Clear? So in this conclave, the main event, the main highlight is that they have released the action plan for 1,100 new FPO, Farmers Producer Organization, by Primary Agriculture Credit Society. And currently in India, we have 11,770 FPO that are working currently in our country. Clear? And also it was announced in the budget to set up 10,000 FPO as a target is to achieve this by 2027. Okay, so in budget it was announced to set up 10,000 FPOs, and this target was to achieve it by 2027. Now from here you have to remember the name of this conclave, and then the ministry which is organizing it, then how many FPOs have been announced, okay, and what is the current status, how many FPO currently we have, and also what is the target of according to this budget, okay, according to the budget, what is our target and how many FPO have been announced. Clear? So this was the news, and now I hope this is clear to you. Moving to the next, according to the recently released new report of Niti Aayog, how many people moved out of multi-dimensional poverty? So recently Niti Aayog has released a report, and in that we have seen some facts that regarding multidimensional poverty. So you have to tell me how many people moved out of multidimensional poverty, and right answer for this question is 13.5 crore. Now let us discuss this in detail. Now here the name of the report is National Multidimensional Poverty Index, a progress review 2023, and it was released by your Niti Aayog. Clear? And here according to this report, 13.5 crore people moved out of this multi-dimensional poverty. And if we talk about data, so earlier we have 27.85% people under this multi-dimensional poverty, and now it has decreased to 14.96%. Then moving on to the rural area, talking about rural area, earlier it was 32.59% and now it is 19.28%. If we talk about urban, it is 8.65 earlier and now it is 5.27%. Now you can see that this poverty percentage is declining everywhere. Okay, so basically this multidimensional poverty is decreasing, right? So this is the data, and this is very important for your exam point of view, because in NABARD question can be asked from this report, and this is an important report because it is released by Niti Aayog, okay, which is a government body. So you must know the total number of people and these percentage. Now I hope this is clear to you. Moving to the next, recently World Nature Conservation Day was celebrated on, and your options are 28 July, 27 July, 26 July, 25 July, 24 July. Right answer for this question is 28 July, right? So your Nature Conservation Day, World Nature Conservation Day was celebrated on 28 July. Every year we celebrate it on 28 July. And then the day is celebrated to raise the awareness about the importance of preserving and protecting the environment and natural resources. So as the name suggests, World Nature Conservation Day. So in this day is celebrated to spread awareness about the nature, spread awareness about protecting the nature, harmful effect of pollution, and how can we create awareness among the people regarding the nature, regarding protecting our nature, right? So that is why this day has been celebrated, and here you must remember that it is celebrated on 28th July every year. Now moving on to the next, that is, according to the data released by World Trade Organization, India has emerged as a largest exporter of agrochemicals. So recently, your WTO has released a data, and according to that, India has emerged as a world largest exporter. Now you have to tell me what is the rank of India according to this. Your options are 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 1st, 5th, and right answer here will be 2nd. So we are ranking 2nd in terms of agrochemical export. Let us discuss this news. So according to WTO, that is World Trade Organization, we have emerged 2nd largest exporter of agrochemicals globally. TTPR is the world's largest selling insecticide with the estimate annual sale of 13,000 crore, okay, rupees 13,000 crore. So basically this is the chemical, that is CTPR. This is the world largest selling agrochemical, and United States is the largest buyer of Indian made this CTPR agrochemicals, and followed by Brazil and Japan. Now from here you have to see that India has emerged as the 2nd largest in agrochemicals, and that is a very good news. Okay, we are emerging as an exporter of agrochemicals, and the developed nation like United States are buying these agrochemicals from India. Okay, so from here you have to remember this CTPR, and 2nd largest exporter, and the state which is, and the countries which are buying from us. Okay, that is United States, Brazil and Japan. If we talk about Indian agrochemical industry, so they are consistently generating valuable trade surplus, and the trade surplus surged from 8,030 crore, which was in 2017-18, to 28,908 crore in the latest fiscal year. So you can see that the surplus, the trade of these agrochemical has increased tremendously, and that is why India has ranked second. India has been ranked second by WTO in terms of export of agrochemicals. Clear? So now I hope this news is clear to you. Then moving on to the next, that is recently Odisha government signed an MOU with which of the following or university to boost high-tech research in agriculture and another sector. So basically your options are given, and right answer for this question is both B and C. So your Frost and Sullivan and University of California, Berkeley, from with these two, this MOU has been signed by Odisha government. Now let us discuss this news in detail. So basically Odisha government had signed two MOUs, two crucial MOUs. The first is with University of California, Berkeley. Okay, and in the result of this MOU, the aim of this MOU is to facilitate the cooperation in various areas including research, impact assessments of scheme, entrepreneurship, and exchange of academic publication. Okay, so this is the aim of this first MOU, which is signed by Odisha government. Okay, so they have signed this with University of California, Berkeley, and this is the aim, just to enhance the research work, just to enhance the annual academic publication, and to impact the assess the impact of schemes. Okay, so this was the aim for first MOU. Moving on to the second MOU, that is with Frost and Sullivan. So they are basically a renowned consulting and advisory firm. Okay, this is the very renowned consultancy and advisory firm, and through this MOU they are establishing a center of excellence in Bhubaneswar. Okay, so a center of excellence will be established in Bhubaneswar, and the aim of this center of excellence will be to create a conducive environment for investors, entrepreneurs, academics, students to collaborate with industries, accelerating state overall development. Okay, so that is the aim of this center of excellence that is going to be established at Bhubaneswar. Now I hope this news is clear to you. Here you have to remember that about this MOU कि government of Odisha ने किसके साथ MOU sign किया. Okay, they have signed two MOUs, and what are the name of these, and the state government which has signed this MOU. Now moving on to the next, recently which of the following organization hosts the Global Food Regulator Summit? One of the organization has organized this summit, and you have to tell me the name, and the right answer for this question is FSSAI. Okay, so basically FSSAI has hosted this Global Food Regulator Summit, which is being hosted in Delhi. Clear? And this summit served as a critical platform for representative and regulator for over 40 countries to join hands and collaborate. And additionally, see, 30 international organizations, 25 research institute, universities from across the globe has participated in this grand event. Clear? So now here you have to remember, you just have to remember that which institute has organized this Global Food Regulator Summit, that is FSSAI, that is Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. Okay? Basically in this food regulation summit, that there was a talk regarding the food safety. Okay, so all the international organization that they joined there regarding discussion regarding the food safety, food security, okay, increasing food demand, how we can increase the food safety, how can we meet the increasing food demand. So all these things were the topic of discussion, and that was all discussed in this summit. Clear? So that was all for this video, aspirants. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also if you want to download the PDF of this lecture, you can join us on our Telegram channel. So that was all for this video. Thank you so much.